comes to the application process and being a junior, doing the testing, and a senior, and doing the financial aid application, your FAFSA, and college tours, and all of that, what was the most challenging part for you? And how were you able to get through that? I like I think you rolled not just your eyes, your entire head. Was it hard?
Yes, it definitely was hard. I think all the process was hard, but for me, I think what I found most difficult was the financial aid, the FAFSA, and then I applied to a few private schools, so I had to do the CSS profile. And being like, my family being Mexican immigrants, they might have not had like some of the documentation that I think they required, and they didn't really understand. I had to be translating these kind of like financial words to them, and I'd be like, that thing that you're supposed to get with your taxes, and they'd be so confused. So it was just really difficult because I felt like I was I don't know, sometimes I didn't know if I was right. And I had so much like back and forth emails with the colleges. They're like, this isn't the right document, send another one. And I would be like, oh my God. And then there's a few schools that'll be like, we don't take it through email, send it through fax. And I don't have a fax machine. So I was just like, well, what do I do now? But I don't know. I think it was just really difficult, all process in general, but for me, like the financial aid and also knowing that there's different applications for different types of schools, that also was really confusing. I didn't know that till like it was a little bit before it was time to apply.
So how were you able to fill all of this out? Why didn't you quit? Was there someone who helped you? Was there a resource for someone who's going to be facing these same obstacles?
Yeah, well, I'm so thankful that in my school there was this program called Promise Neighborhood, which had academic advocates, which were mentors that were guiding us to go to college. And I kind of just walked into like that place. They had a tiny little office like at the very edge of the school. Nobody goes to that little edge of the school, and they had it there. And I just decided to walk up there, and then I got into the program. They're like, yeah, you can sign up. We'll be your mentors. And that was the first time in high school where like they would take me to college, campus cross, and like going to actual college and see. And so they were the ones that guided me, like what I need to put in the FAFSA, how I need to submit it and whatnot. So if it wasn't for that program, I don't know what I would have done. And it just deeply saddens me that the year I graduated was actually the year that they lost their funding. So that program does not exist in my high school anymore. And I'm sure it has made it really difficult for students to be able to apply to college.
There are so many community resources, and I'm going to try and include some of those with this conversation, because if there isn't something available, like I work a lot with a program called Gear Up, and Gear Up is really this incredible program that's in states all over the country, and it's very similar to that, but sometimes there's a community program, or there could be a business, or even the idea of finding a person who you want to be and connecting with those people. For the student who's at the school that doesn't have what you had, the idea that you can still get there, you just have to find the kindest, nicest people who are part of these programs, because they might not be at the end of the hall at your school, but they're probably down a couple streets that you can ride your bike to.